This is Divorce.
Welcome to Divorce Court.
But he's not giving it to you.
This is a show where soon-to-be exes tell their stories to the judge, who give the ruling and settle all the usual and unusual divorce issues by the end of the episode. So exciting.
Wow.
My socks are falling off right now. They're falling. I need to get them back on.
Therein is the issue.
So this is actually the third incarnation of the show. There's been two others. This time it is starring Judge Star Jones. Sounds just like a judge name. Great name. Sounds like she could be RoboCop one day. And her job is to, you guessed it, settle divorces. Wow. Which I also just want to point out that on the Divorce Court YouTube page, there's a video called Be on Divorce Court, which I just thought was a little bit interesting, because I know there's people that see this, and then I know that there's people who want to be on this, but like, who is the kind of person that wants to be on Divorce Court? Like, imagine going through all your divorce stuff, and then you find out like your wife, or soon to be ex-wife, called Divorce Court, and now you have to go on this show you didn't even want to go on, and it's just a whole mess, and you lose the kids in Walmart, and I don't even know.
That's sad but true.
But the case I wanted to look at today is called Marry Me and You'll Be My Only Fan. This is a case between Dee Dee Russell and Antwon Henderson, and I just want to let this episode speak for itself.
Couples are asked all the time, where did you two meet? And we all swoon in awe when you hear, we were childhood sweethearts.
So you can already tell this court is all business. The set looks like an office version of Jeopardy, and there's a ton of virtual people in the background. I also just love how they have the defendant and plaintiff just standing in the background while she does this intro. Imagine how awkward that is for them. I just realized I forgot to move this, so this was in the shot, but I'm getting rid of it now. Say goodbye, everybody. But anyways, oh my gosh, just imagine sitting there. Imagine being the defendant and she's doing this intro and you just have to stand there like... All in all, this is pretty much everything a courtroom should be.
Ms. Russell, you are here today because you say you're tired of being a professional girlfriend. You say you've been waiting for a ring from Mr. Henderson for 12 years and have nothing.
So this is where things get a little bit wacky. Wacky crazy! Isn't the whole premise of this show to settle divorces? But this episode, Dee Dee and Antwon are dating, and Dee Dee wants to get married. That's the opposite of divorce. If Dee Dee wins the case, does that mean they have to get married? Like, this guy Antwon doesn't want to marry her, so she brought him to court, and if he loses, he then has to marry her? Is that how this works? Because that's insane.
And Mr. Henderson, you say that you love Ms. Russell, but she needs to show you she's ready to be your wife. You claim you haven't proposed to Ms. Russell because you want to make sure the two of you are on the same page.
He wants them to be on the same page? What have they been talking about for the last 12 years of their relationship? How are they not on the same page? Well, I say that, but you just wait till later in the episode and it'll make sense. There's a whole lot of stuff. Whole lot of nonsense.
I'm just here because I'm tired of being a professional girlfriend for 12 years. I got 4 kids. I feel like if I'm gonna put up with everything, the betrayal, the extra stuff, the mom, I feel like I deserve a ring to deal with.
So let me get this straight. The only way she's gonna put up with bad behavior from him is if they get married. That's the only way. That'll make it all okay. I just rhymed like Dr. Seuss. Oh yeah! Like, sure, he may be cheating, lying, staying up past his bedtime, but it'll all be okay if they get married. And they will have so much fun, build pillow forts, and I probably think they're gonna throw pots and pans at each other at some point. It's gonna be a blast.
Your Honor, we've been together for 12 years, on and off, hot and cold. You know, I just want certain requirements for her to meet. I've been in my job for like 3 years.
Look at how she's looking at him. She looks like that one meme. But also, what requirements is he talking about? He doesn't really sound like he's in a spot where he can request requirements. I don't think he is. Is one of his requirements that she lets him cheat on her? Because it sounds like it might be, but who knows? I sure don't.
Tell me how you met.
We went to high school together, and one day we had the attendance sheet, and I seen that his house phone number was on there, and I stole it off the attendance sheet, and I called him. And ever since then, we just hit it off.
Ah, yes, how all great relationships start. By stealing your partner's number off of an attendance sheet. It's how my great-grandparents met. Except I guess their phone number was scratched onto a rock or something. They didn't even have phones. A letter? They had to mail each other? What did they do? They had to see each other in person? Ew.
Thing that drew me to him was us being able to date for a year and a half. He took my virginity. He never asked for it.
Gonna be honest here. Completely honest, completely transparent. I'm not entirely sure how that virginity part is relevant at all. I don't think there is any relevance to this case. I think she just wanted to say that. She just wanted to throw it out there.
Your Honor, you know, like I said, it's been hot and cold. One minute she's waking up angry at the world, next minute she's cool. I just want certain requirements. Like I said, I'm a hardworking man, Monday through Friday.
He's a hardworking man Monday through Friday, but any day outside of that, he's just a man. A regular old man. But also, by the way he's describing her just sounds like how a normal person is. Not everyone's gonna wake up every day feeling all great and happy and, you know, going woo. No one's gonna feel that. Not every day. That's just not how it works. Unless you take lots of drugs. Then in that case, I'm sure it still doesn't work because you get used to it.
Okay, so talk to me about those certain things that you want to see.
Just work ethic, like.
Work? What you mean work ethic?
Just
You
work.
what
You
you
gotta
mean
do-
work
gotta do
ethic?
more.
I
I've been
work.
in my job for 3
I hustle.
years.
You know that.
So I was with her until she said hustle. That can mean so many different things. A wide variety. It's a big net. Like I could try to sell little baby gremlin dolls to everybody I see and call it a hustle, but nobody's gonna buy that. In that I'm not making any money from that. I'm losing money because I keep buying these gremlin dolls and no one's buying them. Like what's the big idea? But it doesn't stop me from doing it.
Even though you met when you were 15, things have changed over the course of these last few years.
Yeah, he a mama's boy.
So what does that mean when you say he's a mama's
Your
boy?
Honor, he's a mama's boy. Every little argument he want to do, he want to run to his mom. If we get in the car, he want to run to his mom. Like, for
that's my
example,
mother.
I don't care.
I don't care that she's your mom. I'm your mom now. She didn't say that, but I was reading between the lines. You could infer that that was what she was gonna say.
We was in the car. He wants to get out the car. I'm about to walk to my mom's. And okay, I'll pull up. I'm gonna pull up right to your mom's. I know where she stay. We ain't that far from her. He'll come home and still have that attitude. That's because his mom is feeding him the wrong energy. And I ain't got time for that.
Sounds like his mom is feeding him negative energy, bad stuff, the bad energy, the kind of energy you get when you wake up in the middle of the night and have to use the bathroom. Terrible, terrible energy.
If you trying to get in between the man and his mama, you gonna lose every time.
His mom got somebody to prank call me. I'm in the bed, just got cut open, having her 2-year-old. She's prank calling, saying that the baby was somebody else's.
Honestly, that doesn't really sound like a prank call. Sounds just like a not prank call. Sounds more like a, not very nice phone call. You feel me? Are we on the same wavelengths here? Am I just saying stuff to say stuff? Yes.
Words that are sage advice that you cannot get in between a man and his mom, at some point, you gotta check your mama. That's just the way that works also.
Right.
At some point, you have to say to your mother,
That lady is just clapping with approval in the background. She is all for what Judge Starr is saying. She is for it. And I guess on these screens, they just leave them unmuted because you can hear them. So do they just leave them unmuted the whole time? Because I feel like that's kind of playing a dangerous game if they do. Or do they only unmute them when they're clapping or something? I don't know. It seems like they're playing a dangerous game. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That is so good.
so Mr. Henderson, is your mother a problem?
No, she's not a problem. Actually, she's my witness.
See, Antoine, I feel like you might possibly be supporting the claim that you're a mama's boy by bringing your mom in as the witness. Also, why is she the witness? I don't know too much about court, but that has to be some sort of conflict of interest or something. Like that, there has to be some sort of law against that. That's like if I punch somebody next to my best friend and use my best friend as a character witness, he might say that I didn't do anything. I don't know. Or maybe he feels kind of savage and he's like, he totally did punch him. I don't know if what I said made sense, but hopefully it did, and hopefully you found the moral in that story.
Oh.
Call her right now.
Call her.
Okay, so you know what? I like a man that says, let's just get to the bottom
Get to the
line.
bottom of it.
I really like the description of Dee Dee on the right. It says she is tired of her boyfriend's meddling mother, and if he doesn't propose, it's over. There is so much going on here. Because isn't the whole issue that he hasn't been proposing, and it is not over? You brought him to divorce court to get married, so I guess this is the conclusion. But on this description, first off, it's saying Dee Dee is sick of Antoine's mother, but then the next line says she wants him to propose. I can't be the only one who sees the disaster in that. Like, Dee Dee actively does not like Antoine's mother, but wants to get married to him and ultimately by extension, his mom, I don't think that is a recipe for success. Also, this is supposed to be divorce court. I still don't know how this case made it here. This is not a divorce.
Let's try to reach Letitia Tish Deal,
Yes, ma'am.
who is the defendant's mom. Ms. Deal, are you available to chat at this point?
And now they call the mom. Lovely. But I just love that question that Judge Starr asked. She said, are you available to chat at this point? What else would she be doing? I mean, she's already on the phone in the middle of a court case on TV. Like, I hope she's ready. That would be really awkward if she wasn't. Like, imagine she says that, are you available to chat? And then the mom's like, actually, no, I need to go shopping and get some groceries like kale. I just figured maybe that's what she got. I don't know.
I am Antoine's mother.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Deal, Ms. Russell testified that you are the reason, one of the reasons
gonna
that your
deny it.
son has not proposed.
Of course she's gonna deny it. Why would she not deny that? She's not just gonna come out and say, I'm the mastermind, I'm pulling the strings, I'm Antoine's mother, ruler of the world.
My son has been with Miss Russell since they were teenagers, and they've been going back and forth for years.
So you said they've been going back and forth for years, but Ms. Russell makes a very cogent point.
Cogent point. That is a big word to use. Why would she use that? There's other words she could have used to get the same point across. Couldn't she have just said, she makes a good point? It's less syllables and it gets the same point across. See, this is what happens when I use my brain. I start thinking outside of the box.
If you're having problems with your loved one, people's allowed to go to their mom and talk to their mom about it.
But how does that manifest itself in the relationship between Ms. Russell and Mr. Henderson? In other words, how are you able to interact with her?
Right, we don't interact. That's why she quiet. She know what's up because we don't do this. We know
Girl,
she.
you sit in the car.
It don't matter. I can sit in the
Ms.
car.
Deal, how
Let
do
your
you
mom
all
talk.
interact?
I feel like Dee Dee is sort of missing the point here. She says that her and Antoine's mom don't talk, and then Antoine says it's because she sits in a car outside of his mother's house, and then she's like, that doesn't matter. It kind of does matter. That is kind of the whole point. That is literally the point. That is the point. But she's like, that doesn't matter. If I sit in my car and I don't go inside and just sit outside doing whatever, being all creepy, that doesn't matter. That's not the point. It is the point. Say it with me. That's the point.
So you find her to be disrespectful to you?
Yes, I do.
But I can't be disrespectful. If I don't come in and speak to you, I don't come in and speak to you. I can stay in my car.
Okay, yeah, but Dee Dee, that is disrespectful. That is very disrespectful. You're just sitting outside of her house with all these bad vibes, all this negative energy, just throwing all this bad juju out into the air. That is disrespect if I've ever seen disrespect. Or smelt it. It smells like disrespect. Or heard it. Or tasted it. I don't know if I want to use that one though, but that's just another sense. Or touched it. If I touched disrespect. This is getting so off the rails.
Okay,
I know
Ms.
how it's
Russell,
gonna go.
how do you expect to be somebody's wife if you don't speak to their mama?
Because they mama need to respect me too.
Dee Dee needs to get over herself, all the way over herself. You don't just earn respect by sitting outside someone's house and not going inside and talking to them. You just don't.
I ain't about to deal. She gonna respect me. Respect is earned, not given.
Yep, exactly, Dee Dee. That is exactly the point. I don't know how she can't see how a lot of what she's saying doesn't apply to her. Like, she's saying a lot about other people, but it also applies to her.
So, Ms. Deal, I'm gonna just ask you, do you think your son should propose to Ms. Russell?
No.
She just straight up said no. Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I am a little bit, I guess. I thought maybe she'd be like, not in this current state. Maybe if they can work things out and mature a little bit, then I can see them getting married, but not at this current point. But she didn't say that. She said no.
Mr. Henderson, your mother and Ms. Russell are never going to get along. You know that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So at least we know that we have gotten there.
And then it's another issue. 2019 was the worst year for us.
2019?
Yes, when he had a baby. His mom had something to do with it, yes.
I know what she's trying to say, but she needs to be careful with the order of those words. It's a very sketchy order she said them in. She said in 2019, Antoine had a baby, and she knows his mother had something to do with it. Let's just slow down a little bit and rethink that. I know what she was trying to say, but it just was in a weird order, a questionable order. Actually, that was an illegal order. you just put it in. Like the law hears that and then you're under arrest for grossness. Unless that is really what she meant, which in that case, then this takes a whole nother turn and I am so scared.
Yeah.
Wait. He had a baby?
He had a baby on me. Yeah.
Your Honor,
With the ex. How I found out about the baby was we was
I love these courtroom shows so much. I just do. They're so magical. You can just hear everybody's reactions and it's just anything goes. No bars hold? No holds barred. That's what I was trying to say. There are no holded bars. All bars are open. Happy hour is now. But like everybody's just gasping and astounded and they're clapping and everything and you can just hear it all. And I love it. I'm not quite sure if that's even allowed in a courtroom, but in this courtroom, in divorce court, it is allowed. And I am for it.
all good. We was out doing family outings, all of that. I went through his phone when he went in the store. Go in there, find out he got a baby. The ex is 3 months pregnant.
That is a whole roller coaster, a full roller coaster. It's a Space Mountain. And this is what I'm still confused about. This is what is still itching in my brain. Why does she even want to get married to him? It just sounds like they shouldn't be married. In my humble opinion, that is what it sounds like. Like he's cheated on her and he had a whole nother baby, but she still wants to get married. Like, why don't you go find someone who won't do that stuff? Go find a nice guy who won't have another baby with someone else. I don't feel like that's asking for too much. I feel like that is a reasonable request. But no, she had to drag him to divorce court to get married.
Ooh, Mr. Henderson, tag, you're it.
I didn't choose. I was drunk at the time, Your Honor. It was my birthday.
It's always that story.
I was drunk.
It's always that story, she said. That leads me to believe that this is very common. Like, it's a common event. It's a reoccurring charge. And it still makes no sense. Why do they want to get married? I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on here. This is wild.
You don't happen to sleep with somebody that's not your woman. That's just not how.
Right, tell her the truth.
That's just not how it works, bruh.
Your Honor, I was...
Did the judge just say bruh? Is that allowed in court? Can you say that? I hereby sentence you to bruh. I feel like that is not a legal term.
Like I said,
Still
we
took
hot
him
and
back.
cold.
That's what wives
I
do.
seen her-
Wait 1 second,
I seen her
ma'am.
doing her...
I just love that the people in back are just doing whatever at this point. They're just clapping, they're laughing, they're cheering, they're doing whatever. It's anything goes. It's just, they're letting them do whatever they want at this point.
Taking pictures with, friends of mine in the past. She taking pictures with them. I see
That
that
ain't
she
your
moved,
business.
she moved
No,
on.
no.
Well, it kind of sounds like it might be his business if you're trying to get married and you're dating and you're posting pics with his old friends that he is no longer friends with. Sounds like that maybe that is kind of sort of his business, somewhere in the realm of his business. Maybe just like contract work or something, I don't know. Not a W-9 though, maybe a 1099.
So in other words, you didn't do it by mistake. You did it on purpose because you said, she don't deserve my respect because she out here doing whatever she want to do, and so now I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Correct.
This really just sounds like a toxic relationship. That is what this sounds like.
I'm good. I really am.
Right.
Did the cop just go ding ding? What? Who is this guy? He's a drama cop. He's just trying to cause drama. Ding ding. Okay, buddy, whatever you say. Officer ding ding.
Because any other girl would have
That's
left
what
him.
you want. You want to be
Everybody
married.
will left.
You got to meet my requirements. Your Honor, I work Monday through Friday.
And he worked
I've been at my
Monday
job
through
for 3
Friday.
years.
Okay.
Wait, Mr. Henderson, I know good and doggone well you didn't say it's about stability.
And that's
when
not
you
all.
up here
That's not
sleeping
all.
with Lottie Dottie and everybody. I know you didn't just say it's about stability.
I just want to say, lottie dottie. My new favorite word, lottie dottie. So really, the rest of the episode just goes on like this. It's just, Antoine cheated on Dee Dee, and Dee Dee is just insane, and just it's a bunch of back and forth, and it's like the same thing. Antoine was sleeping with all sorts of lottie dotties and having babies, and Dee Dee is just crazy, and I just summed up the rest of the episode for you. But hopefully this gave you a good idea of the beauty that is divorce court. It is. I love it. I love divorce court. It's absolutely crazy, and there's twists and there's turns all around. You never know what's gonna happen. And I also just can't believe that anybody would want all their drama on this show. And why would you want Judge Starr calling you out on all your lottie-dotties, But it is definitely interesting to see, and I enjoyed it. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, check out this one right here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.